the Black Stars. It appears the Black Stars of Ghana will have to do more than just an apology to win back the hearts of a number of soccer fans here in the country. It was evident this weekend at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium when they drew 1-1 against the Cranes of Uganda. The Stars were booed by many soccer fans who thronged to the stadium to watch this match. Their anger stems from the performance of the Stars in the World Cup in Brazil this year. Joy News' Kobna Boateng Chenchahene has been interacting with some soccer fans here in Accra.
Now, there has been talk of Black Stars all over town, from Brazil 2014 to people fighting with journalists and beating them up and all, with the Presidential Commission inquiry into what really happened in Brazil. There has been so much talk about the Black Stars, and even more recently about their performance just this Saturday at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. A lot of people have passed so many comments on the Black Stars, their performance, and a lot of other issues relating to the Black Stars. Management of the Black Stars have actually come out to plead with people, to plead with Ghanaians to forgive them. Are Ghanaians really ready to forgive them? And if we are not ready to forgive them, how long is this anger going to drag on? Join me, let me speak to a few people and get their thoughts on this particular issue.
Oh, okay. You see, more people are talking about the team, the way they went to Brazil and performed. The performance was not good. And the way they were hunting for money, because there's no money in the country. And people too are willing to use money for better things. But we are spreading the cash on you people, and you are not forcing to kill yourself for the country. There's no need to support you. So more people are angry.
These are dissenting views of people on the streets of Accra as to the performance of the Black Stars, and as to whether they will even forgive the Black Stars. How long it will take for them to forgive the Black Stars, we really don't know.
So when will the fans stop being angry? How can that affect their chances in their game against Togo Wednesday? Kwame Jomo is with the sports team here at Joy News, and he's here with me in the studio. You're welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
Do we have any answers to the questions yet? First of all, let's start with the anger. Will it ever go down?
Well, I think the anger directed towards the team is as a result of what is happening in the last couple of months. I'm sure Ghanaians were all looking forward to a very good outing at the World Cup on the back of what had happened in 2006 and in 2010. Then we go to Brazil with a lot of expectations. Unfortunately, it doesn't go well, not because it was only based on performance of the pitch. We now know that there was a lot of things that was also happening behind the scenes. And if you've been following the proceedings of the Commission of Inquiry, some of the things that we've had, true or not, very baffling statements being made in there. And I think that all these together with what transpired, I think Wednesday, Thursday it was, when the graphic reporter was heckled by facts allegedly very close to the skipper of the senior national team, Samojan, has not really gone down with a lot of soccer fanatics. And I, for one, I thought that all these threats about fans not showing up at the stadium was going to be one of those things. But on the evidence of what we did see, the fans in Kumasi and beyond, I'm sure are trying to send some kind of statement. How big or how deep that statement is, we'll live to see.
But they did go. Only to boo.
Well, it was
as the home team. I mean, really, it was, tell us something. Even after all the apologies,
it was two things. First, we were told that it was going to be free. You could just walk into the stadium and get to see the game. And I think later on Friday, we got to know that it was not going to be free anymore. And then we heard that even at their training, fans who had gone in there were booing the team. And then we heard, oh, we're going to go there and cheer them up anyway. And then all of a sudden, the Ugandans are playing very good football. And then the tide, changes again, and now the support and the stadium, which will traditionally go to the Black Stars, now goes to the Ugandan team, and then it pushes them to put in the performance that we did see of the Ugandans.
When fans are usually angry and apologies don't work, how do you get them back?
Performance on the pitch is as simple as that. I mean, if the Black Stars players did not know this, then I would say it would be naivety of the highest order. They were not thinking that they were going to show up at the Baba Sports Stadium and everyone was going to be cheering them. That was not going to happen. It would take a game or two or three for them to win back the hearts and minds of Ghanaians, and it was going to start from the game against Uganda. After that draw, I'm not too sure it's going to be that easy for them to win back the hearts of the fans, unless they put in an amazing performance and get a result against Togo.
we got a penalty with Uganda, and that was where the boo started. Absolutely.
Do you call it a penalty?
What was it?
That was a stupid penalty given by the ref.
Whoa! I didn't say that, but I mean, people I was watching the game at home with thought that we didn't deserve that. I guess that's why the fans were booing. But my question is, I'll let you say what you want to say. My question is, do we have the men going forward to come up with that brilliant performance that will woo back the fans?
For me, it's as a pure case of psychology. I mean, these are the same players who in the last couple of years have given us the performances that we've all been jumping and, you know, running around about. I'm not too sure what would have happened in the last 2-3 months to get them to play this poorly. The guys just have to believe. I'm sure even at the club levels there are up and downs, and you need to just get your acts together as a professional player. You don't always win. Sometimes things really get bad and the fans turn on you, but when you start putting in the performances, trust me, they'll come back.
But why would you call it that? The penalty?
Well, it was a very silly penalty given by the ref. I don't know whether he was watching our game or whether he was watching something else. The more you get to see the replay of the penalty, the more the referee makes mockery and makes himself a very big fool, if you ask me. I don't want Ghana to be benefiting from such dubious penalties. You want the guys to go in there and put in performances, and then you can say that, you know, this is the team that can take us forward. It would have to be benefiting from some of these very dubious penalties,
shady ones,
very, very shady ones as such. And the more you watch it, I mean, only God knows what he was thinking. That's all I can say. Only God knows what this ref was thinking.
Wow. Well, let's see that though. Oh, the very upsetting penalty.
Well, we would oblige. I mean, if you give us 10 penalties, I'm sure we'll try to convert all 10. But you'd want to see the team putting a performance that would make you happy, not to be benefiting from, you know, some of these things. It says a lot about our team right now.
Going into Wednesday's match, I wouldn't go into what we should expect. But what should these boys be doing to woo back the fans? What should they be doing?
You need to stand up and be counted. It's as simple as that. I mean, after what happened in Kumasi, even if they had won against Uganda, I'm sure there will be some who would say, oh, what is Uganda? I mean, if you beat Uganda, you've not really done anything. But it's the consistency of these results that would make you win back the hearts and minds of Ghanaians. If they're able to pull one off in Togo, which I believe they can, and then get another result in the next couple of games, trust me, we'll fill the stadium
with the
again.
line we're towing, you think we could qualify?
Well, it's going to be 6 difficult games. We're playing Togo, we're playing Uganda, and we're playing Guinea. The Togo team is not the same with or without Adebayo, depending on the kind of mindset he is for the game. But having seen us drop points, I'm sure they would want to take advantage of that and try to at least also get something of the Ghanaian team.
I see. Thank you very much, Kwame, for your time. Kwame Jamal is with the sports team here at Joy News. I'm sure you may have seen him on Joy Sports on your multi-TV. But at match day, again, I will come back to the issue of why Okubanda should cause the arrest of a multimedia crew that had gone to Mensa, Guinea to do a story, because he thought, in fact, he suspected that we were there to fabricate the story. I will tell you what went down at the police station, and in fact bring you some pictures from there in the form of updates. But Alfred Okubanda, I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.